Well, it's the end of a very busy day. Let's have a look back. And what happened? Two dynos, one slightly broken turbo, two generally very happy customers, and one absolutely mint condition W210. Let's have a look.
So this morning we have a beast. This customer's going to put it in a boat, so the car is a sacrificial unit. I've just gone to jump in and something has happened to the passenger seat. There's a little bit of a scratch on the door. I don't know if you can see it, but we love that. Tiny dent on the roof, that'll probably just polish out. So, when this beautiful manifold is designed for a boat, and obviously the turbo set up for a boat doesn't really fit into the 210 platform, so Ryan has fantastically modified this. He's actually, because the suspension arm wouldn't fit with the turbo, he's had to kind of knock it across a bit, which has slightly impaired the tracking a tiny bit. So I'm told that the car doesn't handle quite as well as it did, but don't worry, none of this paint was scratched whatsoever when we fitted that. What horsepower will it make? 1 million. So Ryan's immaculate W210 made an impressive 442 horse at the engine, which is great. We have a nasty slipping transmission and some other bits and pieces which made this quite naughty, but generally we're happy. Apart from we had a tiny disaster where a little bit of debris that was on the end of this boost pipe got sucked into there and made a naughty. But don't worry, I have assured Ryan, who is now sad, we're all sad over this, that there's billet upgrades available for this, and that makes everybody happy again. So that's what we'll do. The conclusion is billet wheel, more power, fixed. So we're on with the second dyno of the day. And here are some interesting results. This is the wheel power. This is a hybrid setup. So 197, 169. Now that's the difference between standard, Land Rover air intake and just one of our open air filters in the engine bay. The standard system is quite restrictive. So we're basically currently kind of taking parts out of the system bit by bit to see which is the actual restricting factor. Is it the filter? Is it the fact that the piping size? We tried the snorkel top because it had a top on the snorkel, which we've taken off. That seemed quite restrictive, but that only made a couple of horsepower difference. So now we're going to take the actual filter out itself and see if the filter is the restricting factor. Yeah, I think that the whole induction system for an engine this powerful could do with potentially being larger to get the ultimate out of the setup. Size restriction and budget and all sorts of things diminish whether you can go down that road. So let's take the filter out, dyno again, keep doing result testing back to back. This is why we have a dyno. This is why we do what we do. Religious tests point by point. dyno day, we are putting things back together, and we found all sorts of interesting results. What did we find? So, with one of our air filters on, we got the biggest gain, and that's made over 200 wheel. Airbox in, but no air filter, we managed to get it up to 192 wheel, which is like the best it made with the air system on. And then with the air filter in that box, which may be blocked, so we're going to put a replacement in, I think it was down to 169. I've got it all on. What do you think of it, Bruce?
Fantastic.
You happy? Bruce is Diesel Pump UK's #1 fan. He doesn't wear his t-shirt though. He doesn't wear it because I forgot to give him one and he's never going to let me live it down. Anyway, right. So let's have a look at how many dyno pulls we've done today. 15, and some deleted, hence why the test numbers sometimes go higher. And you can see the range of power all there. Interesting stuff, but without the dyno and without this back-to-back testing of little things, it's hard to set it all up. All the fueling's now set up, so it's a smoke-free tune for all you people that are out there crying about smoke. So that's all good. a tear about the smoke. But yeah, so we're installed, which is nice. It's going to be a quieter ride home. Not quite as raughty, but more sensible. And I think that's us. What time is it? It's like
6 o'clock.
6:30, something like that. And is Bruce happy? That's the most important thing.
Happy.
A happy Bruce. Diesel Pump UK. The place where happiness begins and ends.